Welcome to channel MAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migration to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to our channel and turn on the little silent bell, so once we have all the updated news, you'll be the first one of getting all the insights. Now in this video, I would like to update all of you who are interested about Australia's skill migration program. Obviously, we have enter into almost the end of the pandemic of 2020 and 21, whereby all the vaccination has been delivered around the world, and hopefully the international travel the travel ban will soon be lifted and everybody can be freely travel very soon. So obviously the requirement of visa and migrants purpose and interest has grown over the past few weeks. So this video I would like to give you some updates, and obviously if you've been following our channel, you've noticed that the Australian government had obviously the Prime Minister Scott Morrison had been on the news video talking about immigration overhaul and how the whole the country, the national immigration program, is getting into a U-turn. Now, what does that mean? It means that the original party's plan of the Liberal Party of Australian National were looking to reduce and decrease the number of migrants since 2017, I believe. And it's been going on and implementing all the policies and regulations for the past few years. And then the only unexpected event, obviously, was the COVID-19, which hit in 2020 and had caused an enormous negative impact into the Australian economy. If you've been following the history of Australian, you'll notice that every time Australia had faced a typical economic crisis, the only tool or weapon they will use to tackle the issue will be utilizing the immigration program. Because it's quite easy to implement. The reason is Australia as a nation it's the sixth largest continent in the world, and it only has 25 million people there. So they has still got enormous places and acreage and land in order to develop. And all they need is put more manpower on it, and the development will actually enhance the national economy. So, looking into the U-turn, I believe that the good news are coming. But at this stage, there has been a lot of delay and pause. So I'd like to give you a lot of updates. So first of all, let's go into the immigration's website invitation round. Everybody may be very familiar with this one. So basically what it has, the message that they're trying to deliver is that instead of putting into weekly, fortnightly, monthly, they are now into quarterly. Wow, that's once in 3 months. That's crazy. I never seen this kind of stuff before, but it looks like there's been a putting into some sort of stopping into the whole program. But as what I describe and how the news media describe a U-turn. Now, you will know that the Immigration Department of Australia is not a sports card. It has a lot of divisions and it drags along with all the state government altogether. So I will describe this vehicle as a train. Now imagine you're trying to U-turn a train. How hard it is to U-turn a train. They did it back in 2017, which has cost enormously. If you have been through those ages and years, you notice there has been a lot of refusal and visa cancellations due to the U-turn. Now, they have put into full speed ahead and getting everybody into regional Australia, but a pandemic hit, a virus that cost enormously, not just in Australia, but the worldwide. So what happened then? Now they want to U-turn it back. And to U-turn a train, it's very hard. So as you see, if you're driving a car or a vehicle, when you're trying to U-turn, you need to slow down. You need to put the brakes on, slow it down, and turn it around. And once it hit the right target and directions, then they will speed up again. So what we are experiencing, what you are experiencing at the moment with the Australian immigration is everything is in delay, everything is in backlog, and everything is turning around. It's a sign of turning around. So if you're interested in migrate to Australia, this is the opportunity. Okay, so as you can see, and the numbers are shown here is very, very low, and it's across all nation and every state that I'm going to show you anyhow. Although they have dropping the minimum point score to 65, but later on you read on, you go, oh, but it's all NA, not available. So I think they should just cut the whole page rather than showing all that. So what happened in 2021 thus far? There's only about 1,773 people being nominated under 189,491 family sponsors. So very, very low. I mean, that's not even close to a quarter of the target. So no good. That's another way to say it. Okay, let's go to Queensland. So Queensland, if you've been following latest news, everything's closed. The only thing's open is the SBO, small business owner. Now that's hard, although it's open. I don't think it's gonna attract a lot of people because you gotta be in the state of Queensland, in regional Queensland, and you hold eligible visa, which is supposedly a full A5, and you started and established a business with the lump sum of 100,000 and been there for 6 months and going through all the pandemic era, going through COVID-19 2020, and your business is still good. That's hard. So although it's still open, but no luck. Anyhow, I did receive information news that they're looking into April. Perhaps the federal government of Australia will provide more quota to the state government and start invite skilled migrants very, very soon. Now, New South Wales, there's nothing much change. That's what I can say. Now, if you've been checking out my New South Wales state skill migration video previously, you notice that there were a couple pages with ugly PDF. Looks like it's been created through Excel. Now, the only advancement since then was they have putting all that into the web page, but the occupation stays the same. There's nothing changed there. So instead of reading through a PDF, you now can reading through a web page with all these critical related occupation. So the general occupation is still not available for New South Wales. Unfortunately, we're until April. See what happens if they will, because the vaccination is going on now. And it looks like the virus situation has been controlled. So let's see what happens. Victoria, nothing much as well. As you can see, this page stays as what it was back in January 5th. Nothing much. So in order to get Victoria's invitation, obviously you put a DOI in, you need to put a registration of interest, ROI, in the state of Victoria, and you need to show that you've been living already in Victoria. For 491, you got to be working 3 months there, and for 190, you got to show you got to be living in there and been working 6 months. So that's very tough through the COVID-19 era, especially when JobKeeper's on. No one's actually working. You get paid by the government. Now, when April hit, I think that's the major changes will come up because JobKeeper will end, and let's see what happens. So coming back to this one, Victoria, no change at all. Now Canberra, there's been some news updates here. Canberra's good because they periodically publish their invitation round instead of like New South Wales, Victoria, and they'll never do anything. And Queensland, they always give you a shock. They always suddenly come out and say, look, we open, put your submission in. or they suddenly come out and say, look, we're closed, sorry, bye bye. So every state have their own attitude towards migrants, unfortunately, and that's why it's worthwhile to actually subscribe to my channel. So we will treat those attitude of these governments and put it into transparency in this channel so you can watch it all the time. Anyhow, Canberra's quite good, but to get into Canberra's matrix, I wonder why they call it matrix. Probably come out from the movie Matrix, because it's complex. You don't understand how Canberra works. Anyhow, invitation round. You see the number is very minimal. 1901 invitation. That's only one person. So this is updated yesterday, the 26th of March. Critical skill occupation, 22 invitation and 42 for 491. So what are the critical skill occupation? I've actually got that page open for you. It's in a very ugly PDF form again, but I will basically tell you the actual. Oh, you can actually go Google this. You can find it and open it up by yourself. It's basically putting all the nomination occupation on the right hand side, which covers most of the occupation. But the most important thing is the second column. It says nomination place available each month, which is very, very minimal. So it's all less than 10, less than 5, less than 10, less than 5. Most of them, 70% is less than 5. The only category is IT. Okay, or the occupation in IT is more beneficial because they are either less than 15 or less than 40. That means they're giving more quota. They need more IT professions in ACT in Canberra. Now, the only thing reflected this is I know that the government of Australia is upgrading all their system. They need more software engineers because generally the government's website or government system is crap, and they need to get that updated. Anyhow, all other occupations are all there, but it's all you can see here less than 5. So I wonder how well you're required to be and how many points you're required to have to actually get yourself invited into Canberra. Now the allocation nomination places, so we can see there's not much. 598, 802, remaining left there's 400 something, 400 here. It's about the same quota that given to Tasmania, so not much because it's a small area. It's just, it's not a large state like Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland. So they're only giving a little bit of the places there. Now moving into Northern Territory, it's very fun watching Northern Territory because they had not changed at all pre-pandemic and in the middle of a pandemic and also post-pandemic. Nothing changed. Okay, the only thing that I see fun enough that to actually read is this thingo in the blue boxes. Okay, so what it's basically saying is we are cool for all people. If you're still in Northern Territory, you can do online application. And if you're out, I'm sorry. If you're offshore, I'm sorry. I'm gonna help you. And also in this statement here, it says this: if your visa is gonna expire very soon, I'm sorry, Northern Territory cannot help you. You need to find some specialists, agents, and lawyers to actually apply additional visas to extend. I'm sorry, we do not want to help you. I'm not too sure why they put that on. They if I'm the advisor for Northern Territory government, I would just say just cut those 2 paragraphs away. I mean, it's basically it only creates negative impact or presence for readers like me and you. I'm not too sure why they write that, but I know in comparison, Queensland government do put out sentences, paragraph, advise. If your visa is gonna expire, we can help you. Write to us. We will nominate you in priority. I don't know why Northern Territory do this. They're basically telling people who had visa almost expire, well, don't come to us. Go away. We cannot help you. So that's what Northern Territory government is trying to say. And let's move to South Australia, which is the exciting state because it's a state that the government of Australia is looking to develop into innovative and technological, not just agricultural or not just a vineyard, not just a state of making and manufacturing all the red wines and fruits. They are looking for a lot of skilled migrants there. So this is their news page. I'll pick the two that's related to the skilled migrant sector. So one is this. Now this one came out back in February 8th on Monday, basically saying they're open. I believe I had updated this news in my previous video. You can find that out, and if you want, please go to that video, because I have detailed explanation of what Talent Innovator Program is, and what currently working in South Australia is, and what international graduate of South Australia is, and how they were looking to nominate you. So to repeat this, summarizing all this, basically South Australia is welcome anyone who want to go there to start a business, study there. We will help you. We are very friendly. We would like you to stay either through 491 or 188 or 190, whatever that is. So South Australia looks like it's very, very competitive in the sense of for migrants to go there, and I believe a lot of our state will actually catch up for more in this game of getting migrants in order to get your boost of the economy. Now, the other news about South Australia is some occupations under review. Now, most people might already notice the occupation of cook, chef, and restaurant manager, cafe restaurant manager. Obviously, hospitality is a key part of the tourism industry. I wonder why they were taken down, but whether or not they will put more condition on it, we don't know. But subscribe to my channel again, so once we have more updates, we'll let you know. At this stage, there is no news here. Okay, moving to Tasmania. Now, Tasmania has been very good. Their website is a beauty, I think, in comparison to all other states' website. So Tasmania, although it's a small state, but it does keep you very, very updated with information. So basically, they're telling us that they are reaching the maximum quota that they can. However, they do not plan to close it. You are welcome to put your new application until the 11th of June 2021. That's almost the end of the financial year of 2020-21. So they are very, very friendly. However, they don't have enough quota. That's what they're trying to say. They only got, see here, 491, 1,400 and 1,000 places for 190, and only 45 places for business migrant. I mean, how can they pick 45 out of? Well, there's a lot of people want to go there, and they have reaching their 60% of 491 and 190, and 75% of 491 being used. So anyhow, that's very, very minimal, and the numbers of quota actually reflects to Canberra, as you can see. Very, very minimal. So if you're interested to go to Tasmania, still go and lodge your application there. Okay, now the last one is, last but not least, Western Australia. Now, congratulate to the state of WA, where they have just got their premier re-elected as the premier of Western Australia. So Labor government is still in control. However, there's nothing much change here. As you can see, still back and forth of January, nothing being updated in Western. However, I do have clients go to Western. They are still working. I can guarantee you they're still working. They just don't like to update stuff. Look at this. This is back in see the previous news. One is in August last year, and the other one's December 18th. And the most current one is still back in January 4th. That's just came back from the New Year holiday, and there's nothing changed. I went into their occupation list, nothing changed or nothing being updated anyhow. So come back and let's summarize this. As you can see, the Prime Minister of Australia, Scott Morrison, has announced the migration overhaul, meaning that they are doing a U-turn of the whole immigration program, looking to increase or perhaps to assist the number of migrants to actually come to Australia in order to help out the economy of the nation for the coming future. I expected the immigration program and skill, especially in the skill sector, will be relaxed. A lot of red tapes will be taken away. For example, this employment sponsor visa, and also the skilled migrants. They were putting more quota and allowing the state to compete more. Especially now, Australia had noticed that in the international competition in migrations, especially the post-pandemic era, all the nation is looking for skilled talents. So in the competition of such field, Australia as a nation do require to do something urgently and quickly, else everybody will go somewhere else. Anyhow, that's for our update for this video. Should you have more comment or query, more than welcome to leave your comment right down below, and I see you next video. Goodbye.